How I feel? Left. What I want?
Get back slow. I love the way she rock it. I love the way she move it, shake it on me. When she cry for him, the shawty is the winner. You can tell that shawty's no beginner. She's confident. I love the way she move it.
YouTube, what's going on? It's Juan Gotti here. We have the Washington Commanders video, and in today's video, I'm coming on here with the video where we're going to be talking about the final two guys that are going to potentially be the new head of football operations for the Washington Commanders. So without further ado, let's get straight into today's video. But before we do, make sure you guys go down below, leave a like on this video, subscribe to the channel if you are new, turn on post notifications so you get notified when I upload new videos like this to the channel. We're on the road to 7,000 subscribers, so we greatly appreciate it if you can help me get there as soon as possible. Also, subscribe to Juan Gotti TV, as that link will be down below in the description. As again, I am a couple of days away from starting my new journey, and I am 2 days away from having my final live stream with a couple of guests. So I hope you guys come through for that Saturday night at 8 p.m. Now, let's get straight to today's video. All right, so Josh Harris was not playing around when he said that he was going to be rapid in this process. Okay, remember at his press conference, he said we're going to run a rapid but thorough process, hiring process, and he meant that because the same day that we fired Ron Rivera, we heard countless requests for head coaching interviews, and we heard that we were going to be interviewing some of these GMs, and Josh Harris had hosted them at his Miami home. It was Adam Peters, it was Ian Cunningham, amongst others. Those two names in specific is the name that we're going to be talking about today because per Ian Rappaport, those are the two finalist names that the Washington Commanders manager partner Josh Harris is looking to hire. So let's read the actual verbatim. Tweet from Rap Sheet. He says, "Sources: Commanders manager partner Josh Harris is moving rapidly and thorough throughout this process to hire a new head of football operations. Expected finalists includes 49ers assistant general manager Adam Peters and Bears assistant general manager Ian Cunningham, two of the top young personnel minds." And this is exciting news because Adam Peters, in my opinion, is the best possible one. I know a lot of people like Ian Cunningham. I know a lot of people have predicted Ian Cunningham to come here. So those two guys are very excellent because they fit the mold and the new era of football as far as young personnel, front office. We in with the old, out with the out with the old, in with the new, literally. And they're young. They're like 40. So Adam Peters has been my pick for months, and I'll show proof of that. I have a video of me talking about that, and I'm going to show you guys. I've been talking about Adam Peters. I've been wanting Adam Peters here in Washington because, in my opinion, the 49ers model is really, really good. Yes, I understand there's a lot of people that are up and down on Brock Purdy. They don't think he is a really good quarterback. They think he's a game manager or whatever. Mine is Brock Purdy. Just look at the overall roster building that they have. Every position is filled with a superstar, or filled with a star, or filled with somebody that can get it done. Running back, Christian McCaffrey. Wide receivers, Brandon Ayuk, Deebo Samuel. I like Jawan Jennings, George Kittle. Like they're studded, up front too with Trent Williams and others. Then that defense, led by Fred Warner. You got what's my guy named Tre'Davious Ward. I struggle with saying his name, but Ward, he's really good. Talanoa Hufanga, right? Talanoa Hufanga before he got hurt. Nick Bosa, obviously. Like, they have studs everywhere on that defense. And then you look at how they carried throughout the draft. Although Trey Lance did not pan out, they are not afraid to move. They're not afraid to come up and try to get a specific player that they want. So that can vote well for the guys that want Caleb Williams, because we're gonna have to trade up to get Caleb Williams, man. If y'all want him, we're not gonna be able to select him at 2. I don't think Chicago is gonna threaten us and be like, hey, look, we might be interested in taking Marvin Harrison Jr. because I don't even know if he's coming out. He might go back. You heard of Mecca, the other wide receiver at Ohio State, he went back, so they might be trying to run it back and win a chip. So I'm not even sure if Chicago is going to be interested in staying at 1 and selecting Marvin Harrison Jr. They're probably going to be threatening us and be like, hey, look, we're going to either take Caleb Williams or you're going to have to give us something amazing for us to trade out of this pick. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't mean to bust your bubbles. I don't mean to like be a downer, but I personally think they're taking Caleb Williams at 1, but that doesn't mean that you can't trade up. That doesn't mean that it's impossible for anything to happen with Caleb Williams. Like if you blow them away with a trade, then you're going to be able to potentially move ahead of them and take whoever you want. But I just personally think they're going to take Caleb Williams. There's no way that they can pass up on, the first round pick and the first overall pick in back-to-back drafts. And for a lot of people, they believe that you're just going to be able to move up one spot because of it being one spot, so you're not going to have to give up a lot. But I'm telling you guys now, be prepared to give up a lot of draft capital just to move up one spot. And it's less of the one spot you're moving up and more of the quality of the pick and who you're about to get. They know that you want Caleb Williams. They know the kind of player that he could potentially turn into, and they know the value that pick holds. So yeah, you're only moving one spot, but it's the value of that pick. So you get a guy like Adam Peters coming in here. He's not afraid to do that. He's not afraid to work magic. He's not afraid to make late round moves. He's not afraid to sign free agents. He's not afraid to make trades late in the season. Remember, Christian McCaffrey was a mid-season trade, right? Chase Young, although he hasn't panned out, he's a mid-season trade, right? So it's gonna be a working 24/7 job, right, with this team. We don't have to no longer worry about us going into the season having holes and then waiting to address it in the off season. If we're a competent team, right, like similar to what they did with Christian McCaffrey and what they did with Chase Young and other teams like the Ravens. Like Ravens are banged up at the running back position. What do? They're in a position to win a Super Bowl, so they're trying to find guys to help them. They got Dalvin Cook. That can be us. We can be that team if we're competent and we're competing and we end up knocking on wood, get banged up during the season or something like that. We can go out and get a guy. We can take a flyer on a veteran guy that may still have something left in the tank. You know what I'm saying? So it's an exciting time for me. I wouldn't mind Ian Cunningham, but he's coming from Chicago, which doesn't necessarily mean a bad thing because prior to that he was in Philly. But if I had to pick, I think Adam Peters is the guy, and I think he is the front runner right now, and he's the president of football operations. So right now, Adam Peters have an opportunity to, they have an opportunity to offer him the general manager job because they're going to move John Lynch to the president of football operations, but that could be good for him, but this would be great for him. Why, you may say that, Juan? And I'm not even just saying this because I'm a Washington Commanders fan. Think about it. If John Lynch is president of football operations, that's still his show. That is still his show. He's still calling the shots, right? Even though Adam Peters would be the general manager, he still would be under John Lynch, right? So he still would have to not necessarily, like, I'm not saying he wouldn't have his own opinion, would not be able to pick what he wants. I'm not saying that at all. What I am saying, though, is that if he was to come to Washington and become the president of football operations, this is his show. This is what he's assembling. He's the one that's in charge of assembling, along with, obviously, Josh Hurst, assembling the front office and the coaching staff. So he would be in charge of hiring the general manager, hiring the assistant general manager. You know what I'm saying? You know, he would be in charge of hiring the head coach, and then that head coach would then come in and be in charge of hiring the rest of his staff, right? So I think if I'm Adam Peters, I would take the Washington Commanders job or whatever other team is interested in me, because you're gonna get an upgrade in San Francisco, but it's still gonna be John Lynch's thing up front. Right? So this is your chance to get your own thing going. Use everything that you learned from Mr. Lynch. Use everything you learned from Kyle Shanahan and all of that, and apply it in your own situation here. And I think that's what we need. And I'm excited for it, man. I think this thing could be over as quick as maybe next week. You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't matter. You're not hiring a coach, because I know a lot of people are like, well, they have a season still going on. 49 steps. He's in the front office, bro. He don't really have nothing's going on. He can't really affect the on-field play like right now. So you can hire. It'd be different if we were hiring, a head coach on their staff, or a coach on their staff, like similar to what the Cardinals did. They hired Jonathan Gannon last year while they still had a Super Bowl to get ready for. So a lot of people thought Jonathan Gannon was kind of like tanking the game on purpose because he knew he wasn't going to be here. Nah, it don't matter like about that when it comes to front office personnel. So this thing could be over as quick as next week, and as fast as Josh Hurst is moving, I wouldn't even be surprised if we hear something over the weekend about a potential a potential hiring of Adam Peters or Ian Cunningham. I don't want to just discredit Ian Cunningham, but Adam Peters is the guy that I personally want. Now, I'm going to go ahead and close the video out and show you guys what I said about a month ago about Adam Peters, because I like I said before, I've been calling it, been on Adam Peters coming to Washington. So listen to what I had to say quickly, and then we'll get out of here. Number one, I'm going to start with number one, the best. I think I would go after the 49ers guy, because you look at the success the 49ers guy has had. Adam Peters, they have built that roster so good, man, so good. They always find a late round gems, right? Whether it's Brock Purdy or it's Talanoa Hufanga, like they're always finding talent, right? So I would love that. They built the roster right. They consistently win. They got the right coach in there and Kyle Shanahan. Like that's all three phases that I'm concerned about, right? Draft, he's good at. Roster construction, he's good at. Coaching, picking a coach, they're good at. So give me Adam Peters number one. Number two, I got the Kansas City guy. Alrighty, y'all. So that is going to conclude today's video. That was me talking about a month ago about how I wanted Adam Peters, and now a month later, it looks like it's coming to fruition. But what says you out there? Are you interested in Adam Peters, or are you more of an Ian Cunningham guy? Or is there somebody out there that you still wish Washington would take a look at when it comes to upgrading their front office? Now that that's out the way, see y'all later. It's me and boy Juan Gotti. Like, comment, subscribe. Hail to the Washington Commanders. Want to road to 7,000 subscribers. See y'all later. Peace.